Amy, would you lead us in the flag salute tonight, please?
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Amy. Amy, would you take this roll call, please?
Yes, I will. Those present are Mayor Shaw, Council members Amy Baker, Roth, Armbruster, and Kemp. Excused absence tonight is Maureen Baker. Staff present, myself, Tim Justice, Bill Cameron, Adam Lyons, Sarah Perry, Jim Gibson, and Matt Russell. And our guest tonight, Shelley Roth, CMC.
Thank you. Look for approval of agenda, please, council.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. Thank you. Now I would ask for the approval of consent agenda, please. That's you tonight, Ron.
He's getting there.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Consent agenda, June 23rd, 2026, claim vouchers 9070 to 9079, and 2 EFTs in the amount of $70,732.41. Certified and approved on 6/23/26. June payroll in the amount of $43,987.51, and that was certified on 7/2/26. July 14th, 2026, claim vouchers 9087 through 9103, and 5 EFTs in the amount of $22,145.62. June 9th, 2026, council meetings minutes and June treasurer's report. Certified and approved on 7/14/26.
Second.
There's a motion, a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. Thank you. We'll go to public comment. We have nobody in public comment, so we'll move right along the staff reports. Matt, you got anything today?
Hey, good evening. Sorry I've been here for months, just scheduling, and my wife had a further lengthy surgery, so I was out for a while with that. But anyway, I'm back, and our agency, along with many others in the country, had to switch to a different type of reporting software that was federally mandated. After the switch was made, we can no longer gather the same data that I was able to get before. So when I could show reports on how many calls were in the area, and text calls, things like that, I can no longer get that data. So they're working through the issues. It's been going on for 7 months. I expect it to keep going on for quite a while because the federally mandated system, there's nothing we can do about it. So basically, I don't have anything to report in the way of call volumes or state of the city from the fire department side from last year to this year or anything until they get that fixed. So with that, I'm just happy to be back here. So.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt?
How do we do on the 4th of July, man?
A lot of calls, not a lot of fires. Just fuel moistures were still just high enough, but all the brush fires were basically out by the time we got there, but they were very, very small. So last year was a whole different story, but this year the grass was still just a little wet enough that kind of dodged the bullet. So for the last week and a half straight, we've been around the fire pretty much non-stop. Yeah.
Thanks.
Actually, that was one thing I want to add. I want to say a huge thank you to Theron and whoever was his partner was. They stopped and helped out with traffic control of the brush fire
fire just outside of town, so. And we rolled up there and started shoveling, emptying our extinguishers, and thankfully you guys showed up because we weren't making a lot of progress, so.
Yeah, and luckily there wasn't much wind and things were still drained, but again, big thank you, I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for what you do.
They made a big difference for us, so.
Any other questions? Thanks, Matt. Jim?
Planning department's been pretty quiet. We are still processing 2 short plats. One is referred to as a Lucas Meyer short plat. That's up 133rd. We'll talk more about that, a little bit about the right-of-way they're dedicating to us tonight. But once we get through the right-of-way dedication process tonight, we will be recording the documents shortly thereafter and finish up that short plat. The other one is Seattle Street. It's opposite of, you have the Seattle subdivision, those 6 lots that are currently in construction. Opposite side, we've got 2 lot short plat there. They were in the finals of that one also. So there'll be 2 more lots that'll be finalized. I would think in the next month we'll be done with those. We're having a short meeting next week about 702 Binghamton. That's the large White House down here, 2 doors past Seattle Street. No, 2 doors past Michigan. It's a long, narrow, one big house in the front that goes back deep. Developers finally coming in with us with a drawing of what his intentions are. And we'll go through and do a pre-sub on that and offer some comments to him based on our codes. So with that, I think that's about it. And we haven't heard anything more from the propane gentleman. It's been very quiet there. And actually, since we approved the things we did a year ago, I haven't heard from him since. So that's still there. I don't think there's any other projects out there right now. And you guys got an email talking about the grant. I don't have any more to report on that.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions for Jim? Theron?
Okay, Public Works has, since last meeting, completed a round of meter reads. We had quite a few shut-off notices, 56, resulted in 11 actual shut-offs. We are finishing up with the contractor, working on the water line extension for the 6-house development out Seattle Street West. I was able to finish the second of the 4 council tables. We are working through our list slowly, but we're still chipping away at doing fire hydrant maintenance. We're trying this year in 26 to just get around to every hydrant and touch it, feel it, flush it, see what it needs. Then work for 27 for some repairs and more maintenance. We're also working through replacing some much needed road signs around town. You've probably seen the expansion of the park down here. We're doubling the size of the park, along with putting some chin-up bars and a spinner in. We'll be putting the timbers, starting hopefully the next day or two, putting the timbers in and installing the equipment down there, new plate chips. We assisted with the STP bike race this last weekend. The Cub Scouts set up a small Disneyland down there at the bathrooms, and we ended up, I was here for 12 hours. We went through 91 rolls of toilet paper, 26 bags of garbage, ended up having to have our tanks pumped today. And yeah, there were a lot of bike riders and a lot of things going on there this weekend. But we assisted with that, and today we finalized the contract for another set of cameras. It's a 4-head camera down at the pickleball courts, which will give us a view of the parking lot and down both ways on the trail. That should be installed in the next 3 weeks or so. I think that's it.
Question for Sarah?
Darren, when you're doing the hydrant maintenance, are you spraying the leaves while you're at it?
We are.
Thank you.
We are, absolutely. I think of you when I see them, when we open the cap up and it's like, whoa, yeah, yes.
Any other questions? Adam?
So Gino has been working on addressing well 6 being out of operation. We've applied as a they returned in an application for CDBG funds through Thurston County, which could possibly fund part of that project. It won't be awarded until the end of the year. They've supplied the city a engineering contract for engineering services to get that started, as DOH is currently considering the city deficient in source capacity. We got the WFI corrected, which is it's DOH's yearly records of what's going on with the water system as far as number of connections and other data. It was previously, they were previously being given some data in years past that wasn't correct, but Darren and Shelley have corrected things. They've been really good at doing that and figuring out how many connections you actually have. So as it stands, you're currently over 70 over your approved number of connections by DOH. So we expect they're going to have more to say on that, but that's what they've let us know so far. I was just out with Darren at well 4 talking about fencing. The Department of Ecology apparently has some money available for wellhead protection, so that site is very unsecured, and some security fencing would be helpful to protect that facility, to protect any mischievous activities and messing, tampering with the well there. I got word this morning that the chip seal project and repairs began on September 7th by Sierra Santa Fe, this contractor. I've asked them to possibly push it up to August. I don't know if I'll be successful with that, but I've asked them this because especially because they have to do repairs first, and they have to wait 2 weeks before they can do the chip seals for those repairs to set. So we'll see how that goes. I just don't want it to go into a bad weather window, as we know the falls can turn quick here. So besides that, assisting Jim on a couple developer reviews, my company, other people there. So I think that's about it.
Thanks, Adam. Any questions from council? Ron?
I attended TPD last week, and I'll be going there again tomorrow with Adam for the project for the city. Other than that, nothing new.
Any questions for Ron? Thank you, Ron. Tom?
Nothing to report, mostly.
Any questions for Tom? Thank you, Tom. Ryan?
I had one of the Cub Scout leaders actually reach out to me about this weekend. He sent me a screenshot of Gemini, which is like some AI thing. But it says Rainier is actually a favorite milestone on the route because of the local community Cub Scout pack. And it's a popular mini stop between the last halfway point outside of Centralia. And it's like one of the bikers' favorite spots to stop, and that's what an AI generator thing said. So that was kind of cool. But they had a lot of fun out there, and they really appreciate the city letting them live it there and post it, and the riders love it. So that was really cool.
Good. Any questions for Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Amy?
I actually have no updates.
Any questions for Amy? Thank you. Bill?
Other than trying to sort out some of the fire problems, it's been a pretty flat week. So
We like it that way.
yeah, Costco sent me an advertisement.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions for Bill? Okay, our Thurston County Mayor's meeting, we always cancel in July because it seems like everybody's gone. So I didn't have that last week. Couple projects, Aaron hit on them real quick, but things that were left from last year's workshop were getting finished up. Obviously, Tammy's Park will be finished here before Bluegrass. getting the playground, Theron mentioned that, but that was part of last year's workshop. The public works sign is in, and that will be up by Bluegrass. Looks great. I didn't bring my phone tonight, so Theron or Tammy, we have to take your phones out, because I texted you guys a picture of it, and you can pass it around if you can find that, Theron, as I'm talking. But I left my phone at home. So that sign will get put up. Theron hit the cameras that we've been waiting since last workshop. Those will be up by hopefully in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And then the council tables, thank you for what you've done, Theron. I did instruct Theron today to not work on the other ones until we get into the winter months. We're in a time frame of about 3 months now until the weather changes. So please don't be questioning him, because I pretty much told him today that I don't want him putting any more time into the other ones until winter gets here, because we got a lot of other projects that he wants to get done. So he wanted to get the second one done because he's been working on it for a long time. I think we decided the workshop was September 15th, because you couldn't, okay? 3 to 7. If you got any ideas, you can start texting them and give them to me, and I'll put together an agenda, and I'll remind you again at the August meeting, but that's all I have. Any questions for me?
Yes. I'm gonna attend the workshop.
What?
This is, we're throwing out all the ideas we have, right?
You can share your thoughts and ideas and wish lists, and we
Okay.
can talk about it.
Okay.
So yes, I mean, you're gung-ho about this, throw some out there, and Tammy and I may reel you in, and we may say we're gonna talk about the council, and we'll see.
Tammy's my hype person, so you might have to reel us in. I'm not.
Okay, Tammy?
So, I have one very important announcement to make tonight. Shelley Roth, our deputy clerk, has achieved her CMC, which is Certified Municipal Clerk designation. So I'm not good at coming up with a little speech on the fly, so I wrote my little speech, Shelley. So I just want to say congratulations on earning your CMC. It's impressive. It's a huge accomplishment, and it's one that takes about 4 years if you're not familiar with the process. In order to achieve a CMC, you have to attend what we call PD for 3 years in a row. So it takes at least 3 years, and usually 4 by the time you accumulate the rest of the points. So Shelley has been at it since, when did you start PD 1?
That was 22, summer 22.
Okay. So it's quite a lengthy process, and it requires a lot of determination, and so Shelley nailed it. So we want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your commitment to our city. I personally just want to say how grateful I am to have you as our deputy. This city is very blessed to have you. So, a round of applause again for Miss Shelley for all that she has accomplished and all of the great things that she will accomplish in her future here at our city. And we got you a little card and a little pledge.
So sweet. Thank you.
There's her card. And I'll just take this out from you.
That sounds good.
Okay. Perfect.
Keep going.
Well, that's all I have.
I'll chime in.
Okay.
So I knew I was gonna face challenges when I took this job over, but I didn't realize that one of my biggest challengers would be Shelley, who apparently, according to the Mail, holds an engineering manager's certification for public works. And now she comes up with this so-called CMC thing. So I thought I had a lot of titles on my business card, but she's constantly challenging me. So all kidding aside, very proud of you. And public works would fall apart without you. So we appreciate you.
Now, I will say, just on a little side note, we have, amongst our 6 of us, our staff, we have Top Banana Awards. It's very prestigious awards around the city. And when you do something out of the ordinary, you may or may not receive a top banana award. So Theron has received one, Shelley has received one, and so this is pretty prestigious. And so Theron, this weekend, brings in a bushel of bananas, real bananas, and he spells out top banana on Shelley's desk with real bananas. So I personally think Theron might have a little bit of a hidden message because he happens to love her banana pudding. And so I think maybe he's hoping that maybe some banana pudding comes from the bananas. So we'll see.
What would shock you all is you would think, maybe Tammy or I would have the most top banana awards, but William has 2 of them. So I guess he's higher than all of us.
You just never know.
Which I forgot to mention in my staff report. On the 17th of June, he received his level 2 water certification. So very proud of him. He studied for a long time for that. So we have a highly certified, highly dedicated, amazing group here.
We certainly do. And other than Shelley's certification, I just wanted to talk about the parade. Amy, did you receive my email about the float?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk after the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
We're gearing up, you guys. We only have one meeting before the parade. So, I believe we're gonna have 3 council members on the float. Ryan, you're not gonna be able to attend, is that correct, or you don't know? Okay.
It's on the 22nd.
No, I will not be able to.
I thought maybe you were busy.
I'm busy.
Okay, so we plan to use one of Public Works' smaller trailers, right? And then we're gonna decorate it hopefully in like the America's 250th, and we're gonna put some hay bales in there for you to sit on, and I have some prizes for you to hand out, so throw out some fun America stuff, so. And Amy will work with you on the finer details. And please, if anybody has any suggestions or ideas, let me know. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Sheldon. Okay. We'll now go to new business. Jim alluded to it earlier about the Ubesmeyer deed. I mentioned at the last meeting that it was going to be on tonight's agenda. As you see, we've been waiting since 2017 for him to get back on that project. And I guess he wants to go in there and put a couple more houses in, and so his stipulation was to get that piece of property and deed it to the city. You want to add anything more, Jim?
Just clarification, he's gonna finish the plat, and then he already has a builder ready to buy the 2 lots, and the builder will put 2 houses on it. So it won't be John exactly, but it will be a builder.
He's moved out of the area, hasn't he?
Yes.
So, that's just a technicality. You want to add anything? I know you said you had to clean it up, but are you okay with it? The deed? So,
I'm fine with it. This will allow us to move the water line that's at 33rd and complete Easy Street to 133rd if we decide to do.
this is, like Bill said, a very important part to getting water down to that end of 133rd, down by the fire station. If something ever happens with that property, down Bob Foster's property, Bob Howard's property down there, and Edgar still has the property. He hasn't decided what to do, so this is going to be able to eventually get us water loop all the way down Easy Street, up 133rd to the storage units, and back down to 507. Big picture, right?
Currently, it'll be the largest water line we have serving that area, so it'll have fire flow and good domestic water. The connection we have up Binghamton or 507 is smaller in diameter, so we'll have a better flow with this connection in the future.
Just bringing in some of you council members that are new to this, that, like I said, we've been waiting for that since 2017. Okay, that's a motion item.
I move to accept the deed for the remaining section of Easy Street right of way and authorize the clerk to record the same with Thurston County Auditor.
Second.
There's a motion, a second, to accept the deed from John Lewis-Meyer to extend Easy Street. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. We'll now circle back. You made it just in time, Brian. I don't know, we told council that you would be here in time to answer any questions, but why don't we just go back before we adjourn and put you back on the agenda? So we're back to staff reports. You're up.
Okay. Good to see you all. I put together a little report for you guys.
You want to look at it?
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier than a phone.
I think you guys all have one, right? All look at counties.
Trying to encompass some of the concerns that we've had. We've had quite a few nuisance concerns. And so we want to put those out on the front page to kind of show you what we are doing and where we're at with all those. Fortunately, we've had quite a few voluntary compliance, but we have a few that we've had similar issues in the past that have not returned or complied. Those being at the top of the list, 106 Murphy, 708 Tipsu, and 201 Sunrise. Two of those are the same, owned by the same person, Roy Murphy. So those, I have a list for. I'll be meeting with Bill tomorrow. I'll send an email with Bill tomorrow with those corrections to be sent out. Moving down, we have 824 Tipsu and 510 Emerald. They're appealing the decision for nuisance. You have a question?
No.
Okay. 824 Tipsu is a motorhome where mother-in-law or mother is living in the RV beside the home. And 510 Emerald has, I think, about 16 chickens and a chicken coop that's within 50 feet of the setback requirements. Their backyard doesn't have to be feet to every sideline, so they're out of compliance, but they're requesting an appeal. So we'll go through the appeal process. I'll review the facts that they sent over, and then I'll send out my findings within 10 days to those. And at that point, if they want to appeal that decision, then they'll have to go forward the council board that's selected to review my decision and the facts they present.
What's 824 appealing?
824 is appealing the additional dwelling unit, being able to live in an RV unit. She's been going through, I believe, the county. I let her know that the county doesn't have jurisdiction when it comes to ADUs, but I have to review what she sent over. So, and then I'll be sending that over to Tammy to be able to file on
Did she
record.
send you a second?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did. I'll make sure that you have that as
Okay.
well. The other two that have been kind of been working on and requested extensions was 805 Tipsu, which is Eric Blake. He had promised to work to get rid of his piles. He had piles of trash and piles of debris and wood, and was working to get rid of those. Tomorrow is the inspection date for set with him to verify he's completed those issues, but he was enthusiastic about completing them without creating a problem. Same with 710. 710, we gave them an additional month on their request to clean it up, and that was an RV and additional debris and trash in the front yard. So their inspection is tomorrow as well. And the 7 voluntary compliance was right-of-ways, dogs barking. We did multiple inspections on some of the ones that have dogs barking, and I couldn't get any dogs barking while I was there. And so I made contact with the homeowners. They were apologetic, and I asked them to keep it down, and if there were any other concerns we hear about it, we'd reach out back to them. And so far, none more of that happened. 400 Bean Hampton, they did a work party on their property and cleaned it up. So they're within compliance. And 514 Emerald removed all the animals as an FFA project, which they were in compliance, but still they removed the animals as part of that FFA program. And then the other ones were just removing the trash and removing vehicles of right of ways. So we have 8 active cases. We've sent out a total of 15 notices, 7 voluntary compliance, and 4 that are are set to go to litigation or fines with review of bill.
Can you touch on the log trailer? Because I know a lot of people seem to be concerned about the log trailer. It's
Sure.
actually not on the right of way.
It is not on the right of way, so I looked at the right of way for what, and that one was, 208 Seattle Street. And so it looks as if it's on the right of way, but their fence is inset, so where the trailer's at is where everybody else's fences begin. So they're within their property line, their fence is just set back farther. But they did have additional trash on the inside, like they had I think it was like a lazy boy and some trash piled up there. They removed that, and now they just have a pile of debris from chopping wood. So for the fireplace. So they removed the trash and the trailers on the inside of the property. It's outside the restrictions of what we asked them to do. So they complied.
Thank you.
So,
Any questions? Okay, thank you. I would just ask that as you're still working on these existing ones, run by those ones you've signed off on, and
Make sure they're not-
generally what happens as soon as you get done in the past, some of them have turned right back around in a month. So I think it'd be better to be on the right away, especially when you build a rapport with some of them and they responded to you.
Absolutely. And we've also added a statement line when they send a notice to them that they're still going to be held accountable if they revert back to the original way that it was. So we can hold them accountable for fines.
And you notice Shelley was nodding her head because Shelley and Ryan are the ones that work on this. She's the one that writes all his letters and sends them off, and
He does the work.
he does the
I
work.
just track it.
You just track them and get them in the mail and document dates and times, so. So thank you. Okay, thank you, Brian. Thank you for getting here, and look for adjournment.
Second.
There's a motion, a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting officially adjourned at 5:34 PM. Thank you very much, council.